Hi everybody, this is John from DroidDog.com, and I'm just getting ready to flash the new CyanogenMod 5.0.4, but before I do that, just in case I fall in love and don't want to flash back to MoDaCo Alpha 10, I decided I should make a quick video of that ROM and show you just a couple of things that are neat about it. One little problem that I've had. Carlos already reviewed Alpha 6, so I'll link to that at DroidDog. If you're watching this on YouTube, click the link in the sidebar. Alright, let's get to it. So one thing I wanted to point out is that Carlos noticed, you have to be on the main home screen in order for the home button to bring up the cards. I can't remember the name that they use for these. But if you're on any home screen and you use the pinch to zoom, you can do it that way as well. So you can get to that from anywhere. Also, Carlos had pointed out that the voice recognition was working in this, where I was having trouble with it on the HTC IME using the stock Nexus 1 ROM. And while it has been working for me with the HTC keyboard, not always, it never works for me in other applications. For instance, if I go to Car Home and do a voice search and I say, navigate to Portland Zoo, you'll see that the microphone, you don't get the indicator that there's any sound, and it'll just time out there. And the same thing happens if I do it with, I think a microphone pops up on that one if you hit search, but let's go ahead and just add a Android search widget. And if I hit the microphone, this is a testing. You can see that the microphone doesn't have that little indicator, it color rises up with the sound of your voice. It'll just time out again. Now let's see if it's working from the keyboard for me right now. It was working yesterday. I'll try it in hand sent here. Testing, testing. You can see the indicator jumping up there, showing that it is at least hearing my voice. But now I'm getting this network connection error. I wasn't getting that before, so I'm hoping that's just a temporary thing. But it is the same error I was getting when I was using the HTC IME on the stock Nexus 1 ROM. Now some of the things I'm going to show you here are just, part of 2.1, and I'm sure a lot of you already know about them. Like Carlos said, HTC customized the settings pretty heavily. It looks really cool. Some things are kind of rearranged. I don't mind it. I think it's really nice looking. One thing that stands out to me here is the camera software. It's really nice. You can see buttons up here for quick and easy access to change the flash from auto to always on to always off. Bring up the zoom shuttle wheel thing. Then you've got this slide out drawer where you can switch between still photos and video, where you can adjust the exposure. Jog shuttle wheels for contrast, saturation and sharpness, effects, sepia, black and white, stuff like that, and then other settings. So that's really handy and nice looking, I think. You can also do, let's see if I have something to use as an example here, touch to focus in a particular region of the image. So that's pretty cool. And if you tap this gallery link, it's going to take you to, the little reflecty kind of thing that HTC does. But if you look in your app drawer, you'll still find the Android gallery, and this is an updated one, and it's very cool. It's the 3D gallery, so let's see if I can do that without getting too much reflection on the screen. You can tilt it, and you see like this plane that the images are on moving around, and it grabs, I guess, whichever image is in the top of the row you're focused on, and then it puts it in the background and fades it out and stretches it. So as I move through these, you can see the background changing, giving a kind of ambience to the whole experience of navigating through your photos. Trying to give you the tilt effect here without getting too much reflection. So that's really cool. And then once you go into the photo, you can do the pinch and zoom. Isn't that dog funny? It looks like a hedgehog. What were they called? A skipper key, I think? Saw it at the park the first time the other day. So you also have your plus and minus buttons for zooming up here. Menu, standard stuff. Cool little pop-up there. And you have a switch up here to separate albums based on location, which is pretty cool. Tilting there. And then once you click that, tap that, you go into your individual files from that location regardless of date. But you have this cool little slider bar at the bottom, glows orange, and then they're separated by date as you can see, but these are all at the same location. And I can go back to that mode with a little switch up there. Getting some kind of overlap down there. That's a kind of strange bug. But overall, as you can see, the gallery app is just really cool. Now this is the first time I've actually used all 7 screens from Sense. I've never had a reason to use them before because I was, conserving resources. I didn't think anything was important enough to have my resources be drained. But now you can see I'm using all 7 screens, and because this phone is so fast, it doesn't hurt me any, and I'm really enjoying that. It's handy. I do wish I had the infinitely looping home screen like Home++ does, so if I continued swiping from number 1 it would bounce back to 7. That would be really handy. But overall this is really cool. It's a stable ROM. Other than the issues with the voice input, I haven't had any problems whatsoever. Portland Zoo. Well, it got Portland, so it's working better than it was for me just a few minutes ago. But like I said yesterday, it had no problems. So there you go, MoDaCo Alpha 10, and I'm going to go flash CyanogenMod now. Thanks for watching. Take care.